At the start of the fight, the tank should make sure they're stacked on each other for the boss's Mind Tether ability, tethering the tank and their closest target, reflecting damage on each other, and they need to stay within 12 yards of each other. Now through the entire fight, a rip will occur on the side of the encounter and a giant tentacle will rip through. Make sure to not be in front of the portal when it spawns. Dread will occur on random players that fears them. This needs to be dispelled, but stagger the dispels since it does raid-wide damage. 3 horrific summoner ads spawn that need to die immediately since it spawns little ads. On Heroic, the little ads need to die immediately since they will turn into giant unleashed nightmares if not killed quick enough. At 85%, it's phase 2. All players will be dragged into the Fear Realm. Every 15 seconds, players will gain a stack of Hysteria that deals small damage each stack while in this phase. During this phase, maddening eruptions will spawn at the opposite end of the room from the boss. The boss needs to be brought into it immediately to soak the puddle, and he'll take 30% extra damage for 20 seconds. A couple of random players will get Manifest Nightmares, move away from allies, and drop the runes on the ground for no one to stand in. At 70% health, it's phase 3. The raid will still be in the Fear Realm. The boss will cast Delirium Descent, creating 3 zones in front of him. Your highest 3 DPS should get into each zone, and they'll be teleported to the Delirium Realm. In this realm, all players are hostile with each other, so don't AoE, but your haste is increased by 80%. Also in this realm, you'll gain Hysteria stacks faster, so be aware. On Heroic, there will be a Tentacle Slam ability to worry about in the Delirium Realm. A giant tentacle will come up and slam the ground, so be sure to dodge this. Dying in the Delirium Realm will shoot you back into the Fear Realm with 50% health and be stunned. Healer should dispel the Shattered Scythe stun. At 50% health is phase 4. Thelyssra will spawn and pull everyone in the raid to the original realm you were in during phase 1. Za'Qul will still use all the abilities from previous phases, but the Dread Fear ability has been upgraded to Manic Dread. When these players are dispelled, it will leave behind a red circle that players should get out of. The red circles turn into Delirium Eyes, which when stood on for 5 seconds will port that player into the Delirium Realm, giving them that 80% haste. You can leave the Delirium Realm at any time by going over to Thelyssra and using your extra action button. When Za'Qul reaches 100 energy, he'll gain an absorption shield and cast Dark Pulse. DPS should get into the Delirium Realm to DPS the shield off to interrupt Dark Pulse since it does massive raid-wide damage. Horrific summoner ads will spawn again in this phase, except only players in the Fear Realm can DPS them. DPS need to enter the Fear Realm by going to the Eye portal by the summoner and using your extra action button to enter that realm to kill the summoners, but breaking the Dark Pulse shield off the boss is a higher priority. Once the summoner ads die, leave the Fear Realm by going over to Thelyssra, and that's the fight.